Welcome to the vast and breathtaking world of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. My name is Jake, and whether you're a seasoned warrior or a fresh-faced newcomer, these 5 essential tips will help get you started on your adventure. This is my first ever video, so if you enjoy content like this and want to see more about Skyrim and other games, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and any feedback left below is greatly appreciated. First things first, let's talk about race selection. In Skyrim, your choice of race can significantly impact your gameplay. Each race comes with unique abilities and starting stats. For example, if you enjoy magic, you might want to choose the High Elf for their increased magicka, which makes them powerful spellcasters right from the start. On the other hand, if you prefer a stealthy approach, the Khajiit are a great choice with their natural stealth bonuses, making them excellent thieves and assassins. Consider your playstyle and choose a race that complements it, whether it's brute strength, stealth, or magical prowess. Further down the line, as you level up and develop your skills, the race you choose won't matter as much. However, if you are a beginner, the bonuses offered by each race can be quite beneficial and give you a helpful boost in your early adventures. Here's a brief rundown of each race and their abilities. Starting off with the Argonian, their ability is the Hiss skin. This allows them to regenerate health 10 times faster for 60 seconds. Their passive ability is 50% resistance to disease and the ability to breathe underwater. And their skill bonuses are plus 10 lockpicking and plus 5 in light armor, pickpocketing, restoration, sneak and alteration. For Bretons, their ability is the Dragon skin. This allows them to absorb 50% of magicka from hostile spells for 60 seconds. The passive ability is 25 resistance to magic, and the skill bonus is plus 10 conjuration, and plus 5 in alchemy, alteration, illusion, restoration, and speech. Dark Elves have the ability Ancestor's Wrath. This allows you to surround yourself in flames that damage nearby enemies for 60 seconds. The passive ability is a 50% resistance to fire, and the skill bonus is plus 10 to destruction, and a plus 5 to alchemy, alteration, illusion, light armor, and sneak. The High Elves' ability is the Highborn. It allows them to regenerate magicka faster for 60 seconds. Their passive ability is a plus 50 to magicka, and their skill bonuses are a plus 10 to illusion, and a plus 5 to alteration, conjuration, destruction, enchanting, and restoration. For the Imperials, their ability is Voice of the Emperor. This allows them to calm nearby people for 60 seconds. Their passive ability is that they're able to find more gold than usual, and their skill bonuses are a plus 10 to restoration, and a plus 5 to block, destruction, enchanting, heavy armor, and one-handed. For the Khajiit, their ability is Night Eye. This gives them improved night vision for 60 seconds. Their passive ability is Claw attacks deal extra damage, and their skill bonuses are a plus 10 to sneak, and a plus 5 to alchemy, archery, lockpicking, one-handed, and pickpocket. For the Nords, their ability is Battle Cry. This makes nearby enemies flee for 30 seconds. Their passive ability is a 50% resistance to frost, and their skill bonuses are a plus 10 in two-handed, and a plus 5 in block, light armor, one-handed, smithing, and speech. The Orcs have the ability of Berserker Rage. This allows them to take half damage but do double damage for 60 seconds. Orcs are the only race that don't have a passive ability. However, if you do play as an Orc, you will be friendly with all of the Orc strongholds, so I guess that kind of counts as one. The skill bonuses for Orcs are plus 10 in heavy armor, and a plus 5 in block, enchanting, one-handed, smithing, and two-handed. The Red Guard's ability is Adrenaline Rush. This allows them to regenerate stamina faster for 60 seconds. Their passive ability is a 50% resistance to poison, and their skill bonuses are a plus 10 in one-handed and a plus 5 in alteration, archery, block, destruction, and smithing. Finally, we have the Wood Elf. They have the ability Command Animal. This allows them to make any animal an ally for 60 seconds. Their passive ability is a 50% resistance to both poison and disease, and their skill bonus is a +10 to archery and a +5 to alchemy, light armor, lockpicking, pickpocket, and sneak. For this playthrough, I'm going to be going with the Argonian. Remember, as you level up and develop your skills, the race you choose won't matter as much. However, if you are a beginner, these racial bonuses can be quite beneficial and give you a helpful boost in your early adventures.
Are you a relative of...
After you've chosen your race and you've customized your character, you'll find yourself in the midst of the game's opening sequence. Here, you're faced with an important decision. Should you follow Hadvar, the Imperial soldier, or Ralof, the Stormcloak rebel? If you choose to follow Hadvar, you'll be aligning yourself with the Imperials, at least for the beginning of the game. Following Hadvar offers several benefits. For one, you'll find a variety of weapons and armor in the keep, including Imperial gear which is well rounded for early combat. After escaping Helgen, Hadvar will guide you to Riverwood where you can meet his uncle, Alvor, the blacksmith. This provides you with access to crafting facilities and free supplies, which are incredibly useful for early game crafting and smithing. Aligning with the Imperials can make it easier to join the Imperial Legion later in the game if you decide to side with them in the Civil War. On the other hand, if you choose to follow Ralof, you'll be sided with the Stormcloaks initially. The benefits are that in the keep, you'll have access to the Stormcloak armor and weapons, which are equally effective for starting out. Ralof will also take you to Riverwood, where you can meet Gerda, his sister, who will provide you with supplies and directions. You can also use the blacksmith facilities here, however you will not be able to claim the free supplies from Alvor. And this path also makes it easier to join the Stormcloak Rebellion if you decide to support their cause in the Civil War. Upon making it out of Helgen with your chosen companion, you'll find yourself on the path to Riverwood. Instead of following the path directly, consider veering off to the left and climbing over the rocks. This will lead you to a hidden bandit camp, perfect for early game looting. You'll encounter 3 bandits, one of which is equipped with iron armor. Taking them down provides solid early game gear, along with a handful of useful items like weapons and gold. One of the bandits will also be carrying a treasure map. I'll show you the location of where you can find the chest later on. Don't forget to also read the skill book. It gives you an immediate increase to your one-handed skill. Just north across the river from the Guardian Stones, you'll find Anisa's cabin. Anise, an elderly woman, resides here and appears friendly at first glance. However, there is more to this cabin than meets the eye.
I'm just a poor old woman, dear. No need to trouble yourself with me.
Inside the cabin, you'll find basic supplies like alchemy ingredients and food. The real secret, however, lies in the hidden cellar. Look around carefully and you'll discover a trapdoor leading to a hidden alchemy lab. This hidden lab reveals Anise's true nature as a practicing witch, which can be confirmed by this note on the side. Be cautious, as she will turn hostile if she catches you snooping around.
Now you know my secret.
The cabin is a great early game spot for aspiring alchemists and mages, offering valuable resources and a glimpse into the darker side of Skyrim's magic. You can also find another skill book on the table at the end of the bed, which will grant an immediate increase to your alchemy skill. If you cross back over the river, you will find Embershard Mine. This is a perfect early game dungeon that offers valuable loot and resources. This dungeon is riddled with bandits that you can kill, and then you can take their weapons, armor, and gold. Every mine in Skyrim has a dedicated ore vein. For Embershard Mine, the vein is iron ore. There will be a pickaxe for you to take, and that will allow you to mine all of the ore in Embershard Mine. You can use all the ore you collect to either create or upgrade weapons and armor at the blacksmith. Alternatively, if you are more interested in gold, you can sell it to a blacksmith to aid you on your journey. Progressing through the mine will lead you to this locked room. There will be a guard stationed outside, but they shouldn't pose any problems. Inside this room you will find a chest with some valuable items, as well as some gold and a spell tome book. You'll be able to learn the clairvoyance spell, which will show you the way to your current objective. This can be quite useful if you're stuck and you can't find your way out of a certain area, because this will lead you straight to the entrance. As you carry on down the mine, there will be a big open room that will contain 3 bandits. Once you have killed these bandits, this room provides a lot of good loot for you to take, including a skill book for the smithing category. At the bottom of the room there is a forge with a workbench, and this is where you'll find your skill book. Finally, I'm going to show you where to find the treasure chests from the treasure map we found at the bandit camp. So we're going to have to cross the river once again, as the X is inside of a tree stump on the other side of the river. There is actually another tree stump inside of the river that rests on the bank, and this is actually a good outline on what point of the river you need to cross to access the treasure chest. As I mentioned earlier, once you arrive at Riverwood, you will speak to Alvor if you choose Hadvar. Once you do this, he will offer you supplies, and there will be extra ones that you can take outside of his forge.
Hadvar, we've been so worried about you. Come, you two must be hungry. Sit down and I'll get you something to eat.
Now then, boy. What's the big mystery? What are you doing here looking like you lost an argument with a cave bear?
I need to get back to Solitude and let them know what's happened. I thought you could help us out. Food, supplies, a place to stay.
Of course. Any friend of Hadvar's is a friend of mine. I'm glad to help however I can. Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way I can. But I need your help. We need your help. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt. Until next
There will also be a few supplies that you can take inside of his house. As long as they don't say steal against them, these are fair game and you are able to take them as you wish.
You two make yourselves at home. May the gods watch over your battle, friend.
Whilst in Riverwood, you'll meet Faendal, a skilled wood elf archer who can become a valuable follower early in the game. To get Faendal as a follower, all you have to do is complete his quest. He's involved in a love triangle with Sven over Camilla Valerius. Speaking to either Sven or Faendal will engage in a conversation about delivering a fake letter to Camilla Valerius on the other person's behalf.
Knows I'm the best man in Riverwood. That elf is kidding himself if he thinks she would choose him over me. I've seen him sneaking over to the Riverwood trader to speak with her when I'm not around. He's wasting his time. Is that sarcasm? I've heard better wisecracks from Orgnar. Still you have a point. Camilla letting Faendal visit her isn't a good thing for me. Here, let me give you a particularly venomous letter. Say it's from Faendal. That should get Camilla to stop inviting the elf over.
Riverwood's agreeable enough, I suppose, for a Nord village. What is that blowhard up to now? So, he thinks he can turn Camilla against me. Two can play at this. Here, give this letter to Camilla and tell her it's from Sven. Let's see what she thinks of him after reading that.
In both instances, if you choose to side with Faendal, he will then be a follower, and he can train you up to level 50 in archery.
Good day.
Maybe you could talk some sense into my pig-headed brother. Another poem, I bet. He does know how to make a girl blush. What's this? If that oaf thinks all I'm going to do is stay in that filthy house of his and clean, You can tell Sven that he already has a mother. I'm not speaking to him anymore. Until next time.
Maybe you've already met Camilla Valerius. I appreciate your help. Please, take this. Some gold I've saved up from working at the mill. Lead the way. I'm right behind you. I'll show you what I know.
Joining a faction early in the game can provide you with numerous benefits, including unique gear, training, and quests. The companions are great for warriors, the College of Winterhold for mages, and the Thieves Guild for stealthy characters. These factions also offer compelling storylines that enhance your Skyrim experience. Upon making your way to Whiterun, you can find the companions fighting a giant just outside the city walls. You can aid in this fight by shooting arrows at the giant from afar, and you will then be approached by Ayla the Huntress, who will tell you that you handle yourself well in combat and that you should go and see the leader of the companions.
You handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield, brother. An outsider, eh? Never heard of the companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough. Not for me to say. You'll have to talk to Kodlak Whitemane up in Jorvaskar. The old man's got a good sense for people. He can look in your eyes and tell your worth. If you go to him, good luck.
After this conversation, it's time to make your way into Whiterun. If this is your first time, remember to use the Persuade option at the gate to gain an increase to your speech level.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only. Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
Once you enter the city, you'll want to make your way to Jorvaskar, the home of the companions. Jorvaskar is a large building located next to the Gildergreen tree in the upper section of the market sector.
Mister, could you spare a coin?
When you enter Jorvaskar, you'll be greeted with two of the companions engaged in a fistfight. We're going to ignore this and veer right and down the stairs to go to the living quarters. It's in these living quarters where we'll speak to Kodlak, who will consider letting you join the companions.
Haven't seen your face before. I'm watching you. But I still hear the call of the blood.
We all do. It is our burden to bear. But we can overcome.
You have my brother and I, obviously. But I don't know if the rest will go along quite so easily.
Leave that to me. A stranger comes to our hall. Would you now? Here, let me have a look at you. Yes, perhaps. A certain strength of spirit.
Master, you're not truly considering accepting him.
I am nobody's master, Vilkas. And last I checked, we had some empty beds in Jorvaskar for those with a fire burning in their hearts.
Apologies. But perhaps this isn't the time. I've never even heard of this outsider.
Sometimes the famous come to us. Sometimes men and women come to us to seek their fame. It makes no difference. What matters is their heart.
And their arm.
Of course. How are you in battle, boy? That may be so. This is Vilkas. He will test your arm. Vilkas, take him out to the yard and see what he can do.
Aye.
You will then be challenged to a duel by Vilkas to test your arm. It's worth noting that you cannot use magic in this fight. Once you have defeated Vilkas, he will ask you to take his sword to be sharpened at the blacksmith by a certain Yorlan Greymane, who is the blacksmith for the companions.
He might just make it.
Not bad.
What do you think this is? We don't do battle with magic around here, noob. What?
You come and look. There you go.
Not bad. Next time won't be so easy. You might just make it. But for now, you're still a whelp to us, blood. So you do what we tell you. Here's my sword. Go take it up to Yorlan to have it sharpened. And be careful. It's probably worth more than you are.
What brings you here?
I'm guessing you're the newcomer then. That attitude would get you far, if you were some stuffy merchant or a Jarl's footstool.
Yorland will then tell you that he has Ayla's shield ready for her, and ask you to deliver it to her on his behalf.
I have a favor to ask. I've been working on a shield for Ayla. My wife is in mourning, and I need to get back to her soon. I'd be much obliged if you could take this to Ayla for me. This isn't a command, just decency. Help out an old blacksmith. I've got to get back to my work.
You'll be able to find Ayla down in the living quarters.
If you wish to hunt with me, your feet need to be quick and your eyes quicker. Ah, good. I've been waiting for this. Good to see you made it up here.
You know this one? I saw him training in the yard with Vilkas.
Ah, yes. I heard you gave him quite a thrashing.
Don't let Vilkas catch you saying that.
Do you think you could handle Vilkas in a real fight? Ah, a man of action. Here, let's have Farkas show you where you'll be resting your head.
Farkas. Did you call me?
Of course we did, Icebrain. Show this new blood where the rest of the whelp sleep.
New blood? Oh, I remember you. Come on, follow me. Skjor and Ayla like to tease me, but they're good people. They challenge us to be our best. Nice to have a new face around. It gets boring here sometimes. I hope we keep you. This can be a rough life. The quarters are up here. Just pick a bed and fall in it when you're tired. Telma will keep the place clean. She always has.
Once Farkas accompanies you to the bedroom, you can introduce yourself to the rest of the companions. You're officially a member, and you can pick any bed that you'd like and sleep in it. This can act as your first permanent home while you get to grips with the world of Skyrim. Farkas will also assign you on your first mission, where you'll need to go and roughen up a milk drinker outside of the city walls.
Muscle right here in Whiterun hold. I don't know what the fight is about, and that's not our business anyway. I just need you to go out there, look tough, and scare this milk drinker into submission. No more than that. I don't want to hear about a killing, understand? Get to it then.
And that's it for my top 5 starting tips and tricks for Skyrim. I hope they help you on your journey through Tamriel, and if you found the video helpful, consider giving it a thumbs up and share your favourite tip or any other advice for new players in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more gaming content, and thank you for watching.